What is up? Okay, so you can see here, I'm gonna do a little training that I'm being called to do. I'm just putting some yummy essential oils on to get me focused. I'm so excited to be able to really come on and just talk about what it is that I have right here, why I created any of this in the first place, and how critical this is when it comes to wanting to go to the next level in the healing process. Like, if you come with me, if you want to do the deeply embedded reimprinting and imprinting and DNA shifting, working shadows really intentionally, if you don't have any of this stuff down, then none of that stuff is gonna stick. It's not going to be motivating to show up to. It's not even gonna be part of your consciousness, right? Because if you don't have these things down, then that deep healing is just not going to occur in your physical body. So yes, we're doing deep emotional healing, karmic baggage healing, ancestral healing, but it's because it is in your physical body, in your specific cells. Now, whatever you're telling yourself, the story you're creating right now, whether you know what that story is or not, most people don't, that is creating this physical body. Now, your thoughts come from lineages. Your thoughts and beliefs come from people who aren't even you, right? But when you start to get the concept, once you go through all this stuff, you'll really start to grasp the concept of how we are all one, what that means, because the more we can step into our own individuality, in the sense that we make the difference in the collective as we are being who we are here and who we are meant to be. And that is what my Project 44 is. It's specifically, when it comes to my hologenetic profile, she is right at the top of my life's work. And that is to work through the hierarchy, not to create anything different, but literally to create a shift in a perception of the energy of hierarchy. And that is like the bees, the synarchy. Everybody works together for the whole, for the highest good of all. And that's what my Project 44 is working towards the collective, healing the body, healing the karmic baggage, healing the ancestral wounds, owning them, whether you're responsible for them or not. That's not to be even in the lines of worrying about, right? Because just know, hey, I can't take full responsibility for all of these things, but what I can take responsibility for is the healing process. Okay? And that's what this is all about. And what I have over here is the concept behind my Project 44. But if you want to come and you really want to work for that collective, but yet you see yourself as separate, it's not gonna work. Okay? You're not gonna care too much about the emphasis on shifting your energy, on shifting your thoughts, on shifting your beliefs, on shifting your behaviors, shifting your story, your biology, and ultimately rearranging your crystalline chromosomes, and you are unlocking your gifts. How are you going to start to do that? Well, there is actually a pretty intricate process. And with this process, where it took me multiple years, many years, I would say you could get a good, sound, structural foundation to really do this deeper healing that I do in my coaching. And that's why I have all of these, to prepare you for the kind of coaching that I do. Now, you don't want me to do this kind of coaching on you because I have so much more open, unlocked technology to help you with, that I can just tell you how to do this, and then you get your body in gear and start to do these things, okay? And why? Because most people are living in their own hell that they have created. And unfortunately, I realized that in 2011, and it's 2023, it's taken me this long. Yeah, okay. So I have here first, your first step really has to be in, getting your mind right about what it looks like to take care of your human vehicle. Being the mother to yourself, mothering your body, taking care of all of it, the way a mother would take care of her child, right? You are the mother, you're the child. You got to do both sides, right? And that starts with the self-love checklist. And so let me tell you about the self-love checklist, because it sounds so blah, blah, not fancy, and oh my God, really? You want me to do that? That seems not very deep. Why should I start there when I could just go over here and you can do your magic on me and we can go off to the cosmos and everything will be fixed and healed? It doesn't work like that, okay? You have to earn that in order to be able to just go play in the cosmos. You need to be able to earn that, and you need to be trusted that you can take care of your physical body here on this earth before you're going to be able to go travel or go do whatever you want to do in other planes and other realms with other galaxies, whatever. But you can't even open your mind to that possibility if you can't even freaking take care of your human vehicle. So one thing I know is that the women that I work with love what they do. They just eat, sleep, and breathe their passion. What is it that they're doing here on this earth? And then most of them are moms and wives and have like lives, right? And so there's hard time to find a balance between the two. But most of the time, because we love our occupation so much, we find that we're putting so much time and so much energy and so much effort and love into that whatever we have left has to go to our family, and then there's nothing left for making sure you have your fruits and vegetables, making sure you are drinking water, making sure you are giving yourself some physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual attention for at least 20 minutes a day. Making sure you're getting outside. Okay, so what occurred for me is being in the depth of creating my first course, which was the energetics one, which is the last step. I was so in love with it. I was so excited. I was just, oh my God, this is it. And pouring the learning and the doing and the failing and the figuring out, all of that. I was pouring into this course. And at the end of the day, I would just be like, oh, my head would hurt so bad. Just the prefrontal cortex, because I didn't do enough to dump it. Okay? I didn't do enough grounding. I didn't do enough of the things I needed to do for this physical body to be able to withstand what I was doing with my work. And so at the end of the day, I was like, here I am working on this course. And this is stuff that I believe in, but yet I'm over here slacking in the taking care of myself department. And so I was like, okay, well, what do I do every day that my body just feels so loved? And so from there, I developed my own personal self-love checklist. Now, I've expanded it from there, but what it comes down to is creating this natural habit of every single day you are moving your body 20 minutes at the minimum. Every single day you're getting 10 breaths outside. Every single day you're looking straight in your eyes and you're saying, I love you. You are worthy. You got this. And it's important to take care of your body and do something like a self-love checklist when it comes to the rewiring process. Rewriting your story, what it is that you just naturally do that you don't even have to have a checklist for, but unfortunately we have to have a checklist because at the end of the day, we're not drinking enough water, and if we are, we're not doing it energetically like the blessing it is. Drinking water out of love, honor, and respect for every bit of that water. Like the expansiveness of that water. I don't really like water, or, oh man, it's not really that big of a deal if I'm not drinking water, if I'm just drinking water because I'm thirsty. No! This is how we expand. If we can comprehend the concept of water, just the water molecules coming in us and leaving us are expanded. They are more evolved. That's what where evolution occurs, is in water. Just mind-blowing. Okay, so you want to detox. Water is what is going to help these toxins move out of your body. Now, here is the thing. Why do you need to have this down? Why do you have to have this down? Because if you're full of toxins from environment and everything else, like your beliefs and your thoughts, because if you're not doing this, that means you're not thinking proper of yourself and you're not doing for yourself enough. And that creates toxins. That creates toxins in your cells, okay? So if you want to do the deep healing, that releases toxins. So they're stored away deep into your cells and you haven't woken them up or messed with them. Except for you're supposed to as a human, especially at this time you have that technology. But then you come in and all of a sudden you open up the possibilities, and things can't be possible if you still have this karmic baggage and the ancestral wounds and things like that, okay? It's all the lessons that we get to learn along the way through those processes. That's why we want to do that type of work. But we have to be able to handle what is going to occur with this physical body once we dig into those cells and start to open and awaken and enliven what is so deeply dormant. And just because it's dormant doesn't mean it's not toxic. It's extremely toxic. It's more toxic because you are unaware of it. Once you start to do this work and all of a sudden your body and your, oh my God, life is just, it's kind of painful and challenging. And why did you want to awaken these dormant wounds and things like that? Well, because if you don't, they're going to create disease. They're going to wake themselves up. They're going to do their own thing, and it's not going to look pretty in the human body. So we have to have that down. We have to have the self-love checklist down. It's just the concept that you are this physical vehicle, how you are going to excel in your business, how you are going to expand, how you are going to serve anyone, anything, any message, anything is going to be by taking care of yourself first. But if you're taking care of yourself and you have some guilt baggage and some shame baggage and some balance baggage, then you're still not going to be able to move beyond that. So we start to get into the process of making sure we're eating fruits and vegetables every single day, making sure we're getting fresh air every single day, 10 breaths outside, making sure you're saying your power statement before you eat so you get present with the food in front of you and comprehending the abundance and the energy of the food that you are eating and what it's going to do for you, and honor and respect that, as well as honoring and respecting your body for the amazing machine it is. Because here you are yelling at it and telling it it's a piece of shit, and so your digestion is mucked up and your fat cells are not leaving your body by any means, and they're causing you a lot of harm, really. Okay? And so, great. We get, that's the doing. That's the behaving. We need to get into the behavior. We need to get this physical vehicle into behaviors. Okay? Doing, consistency, discipline, commitment, love, light, honor, respect. Takes practice, especially if you deal with any ancestral baggage. Which that's why we come to the self-love masterclass. Why that is second. Because in here is what occurred for me. Okay, so I was, oh my God, every woman I was talking to, I was like on a roll. I was like, hey, let's do this. I'm so excited for you. You're going to get healthy. This is what you say that is going on with you. It sounds like you are living in hell. I'm so sorry. And I do not want that for you. Let's get going. Let's start to do this process that you say you want to change and you want to say yes to this type of work. And yet, I know it wasn't the money, even though women were constantly saying, oh, I don't have the money right now. But it came down to the shields. And the shields are, and I talk about this in the Self-Love Masterclass, but the shields are money, time, and family. All the things that hold us back. And yet, you think you're being noble because you said no due to money, time, or family. Well, from the Self-Love Masterclass, we will learn what that is, where that comes from, and what that is doing, and how that is doing harm, but where it comes from. And where it comes from is just what worked in the past. So it's your wiring. You're preconditioned to this, and we have to recondition, okay? And in order for us to be able to really stick and stay to something like the self-love checklist, we have to know that we deserve it. We have to know that the ancestors are sorry, but they say that we cannot use them as an excuse anymore to be noble, to do for others before you do for yourself, to not feel your feelings, just bypass emotions, things like that. And so once you learn this, you have a completely different perception of the healing process and your physical body. And so what occurred for me as these women were saying yes, turned around, used their shields, said no, I was so angry. I was like, I don't get this. So I'm having this conversation with Source and Source Energy, and I'm like, this frustrates me. What is going on? Why would these women not want to get out of hell? They said they did, but yet they're like, I was angry. So I got on my rollerblades, went rollerblading, and I said to myself, okay, so what was it that I had to shift and change in order to be able to really start to say yes to this type of work? And then I came home and whipped out this masterclass, which is literally 7 bull crap myth stories that we really hold true to. We pride ourselves on. What I talk about there. And if you're priding yourself on the things that are in the Self-Love Masterclass, then you're never going to move on. You're going to stay stuck in the past, or it's going to get really rough and really rocky. You're going to get an autoimmune disease. You're going to, your relationships are going to go to shit. Who knows? All sorts of things will happen for you if you are not on the healing process. Then, great, awesome. I know where I've been behaving in ways that served me, but they no longer serve me or the people I'm around or my purpose, my mission here on this earth. And then what? You wouldn't be where you are if you could just change. You can't. You can't just change. Now you know. Knowing and doing are completely different. Knowing and doing are completely different. Because I know you know what to do. But why aren't you doing that? And that is the conditioning. And we get into that a tad in the Self-Love Masterclass. Between the sugar talk and the inner critic training, these are critical because this is inner work, this is outer work. but we're both using physical and energetics to work through these two. Okay, so how are we going to, now that you know what needs to be shifted, what is it going to take to actually shift and change what is going on the unconscious level that's just been passed down? That's just conditioning, okay? And that is when you come to the inner critic class, you're going to learn the science, the simplicity about how to really truly shift and change your conditioning. Now, is it easy? No, because you have society, it's a condition. You're conditioned. It took you a long time to get there, right? That's why we condition as athletes. They condition. Well, that's what we do too, okay? If you're part of the HIT Sweat Sesh, you know that Performance Day is all about performing in life as an Olympian, and we have 4 of those a month, okay? So, for one, comprehending from the sugar talk. Okay, now I know what to do. What's stopping me? What is stopping me? And what is stopping you can be found in the sugar talk. It's all about energetics. It's all about your perception. It's all about your behavior. And one of the fastest way to find where you're conditioned and how to shift your conditioning is actually in the food you eat. It makes it super simple to create analogies. Because from the Self-Love Masterclass, you'll create your big 5. And from your big 5 is like your I know goal, but it's not necessarily like a goal, but it's just like your heart is open to this for your big 5. This is what you want to create in your life, utilizing the big 5. And the big 5, you'll have to go to the class to learn, but we pick one of those big 5s because how you do one of those big 5s is how you do them all. So then we focus on one, all the rest fall into play, because it's not about what you're doing in any of those areas in your life. It's about who you're being, and who you're being is the victim of your emotions, the victim of your surroundings, the victim of your life, the victim of your body, okay? And so going into the sugar top, really understanding what it is that where are you escaping to mute and be blinded to with sugar, with food, with the energy of all that. And we talk about lifestyle, and we talk about all that stuff, okay? So then we go to the inner critic. And this training is based on a couple things. So this is going to start to get you going into working on the inner child, working on your ecology. And your ecology is the number one driver to knowing and conditioning. Your ecology is going to be whether you do what you know to do or you don't do what you know to do. For why? Why wouldn't you? Well, there's deep embeddedness in you for why you're not. So most people get so screwed up because they're like, I know what to do, I just need to do it. No, that's what you will learn from the inner critic training is how genius your brain is and how your brain works and how to create a process to start to quantum leap through all of the bullshit stories that you're living on and that were created pre-verbal. Now, I'm going to teach you about how amazing your inner critic is, how you thinking it's bad is really holding you back, and just really how divinely perfect you are. And the only time you fail is when you isolate. So isolation, there's multiple types of isolation, okay? But if you isolate yourself from the knowing that you're not doing what you know to do, and you pretend like everything's fine, and when you're ready to do what you know to do, you'll do it, okay? So we gotta move past that. Now, we have a nice, guide to, now we got the magnet going. We got the openness coming, the compass is coming out, and our guide is starting to come from within us. Then we get to go to what is called the foundation, and the foundation is going to teach you how to unlearn everything about you, your mind, your body, your behaviors, how you eat, who you are being, all that when it comes to the conditioning. So we need to relearn how to listen to our intuition, how to listen to our personal guidance system. But we need our physical body to do physical things and physical behaviors to create the rewiring process of actually truly listening to the intuition versus knowing I need to listen to my intuition, but I'm too superficial and codependent and scared to change, so I'm not going to listen to my intuition. And what Oprah says about not listening to your intuition, or anybody out there, you're going to get a little flick. Okay, you didn't listen to your intuition, and your intuition is your solar plexus, and that's what we work on in the Great Change. But that's why we got to start here. So you don't listen to your intuition. You go over here because you're too worried about what your family's going to say, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you get a flick in the head by your intuition. Okay, that didn't work. Let's throw something your way. Boom, you're sick. God, she just complained about being sick the whole time. No gratitude in her health. Now what? Just throw a brick at you then. You still don't listen when you get a brick, you're going to get in a car accident. And if you still don't listen from the car accident, you're guaranteed you're going to listen. Because you're not going to have a choice. You've been forced into a healing process. Now, you can avoid all that. We have co-creation, free will to co-create. So everything is working out in perfect divine order through consciousness. Your own consciousness moment to moment to moment to moment. Are you shifting your consciousness? Then you're going to shift the energy field. You're going to shift your path. Okay? And so we get to come and use this physical body to really start to comprehend our place in the collective of the world and how important we are, and how there is only one of us that there will ever be, and that is for a reason. And if you're denying your intuition, then you're living in hell. right? Now, listening to your intuition, that is painful sometimes because we're dealing with the world around us. And that's why we have the self-love checklist. That's why we know that our purpose and why we're doing this diligence when it feels good, but it doesn't feel good. And then how we feed our body is really critical in that time of healing, especially in the beginning. It's like once you get this stuff down and once you start to comprehend like this physical vehicle and the body wisdom and the body technology, then we'll be able to start to really deeply detox the system. Okay, we do that multiple ways, but so there's steps, right? And so that's the foundation. And then from there, what are you gonna do? Why does it matter to listen to your intuition? Well, you're gonna learn energetics from there. You're gonna learn what is right underneath your nose. You're not gonna learn what the 3D world wants you to think about law of attraction. You're not going to learn what the 3D world wants you to know about manifestation. You're going to learn that the power of your meridians, which is right here, the power of your words, which is right here, and the energy that you are creating through these. And the energy shift that you are able to now feel, see, know, taste, hear. Everything's shifting and changing for you because you see different. You feel different, you know different, you are different. Then, when we get you there, we're ready. We're ready to go straight for your hologenetic profile. We're ready to find your life's work. We're ready to know what is in your fractal lines with your conditioning and your ancestral lineage and whatever is stored within you, what your gifts are. And yes, we do that through shadow work. And yes, now you are strong enough. You have enough tools. You have enough heart to know that you are not better because you know these things. You're going to think that you are. Now, oh my God, because you feel this energetic shift. And no one else around you gets it. And you want to convince everybody that it's there. And then you get frustrated with people because they don't know what you know now. They're not on the same wavelength as you are now. And you're over here frustrated. Well, too many people get stuck in that spiritual bullshit hierarchy realm. Okay? That's the hell. That is the same stinking hell. You're no different. You cannot claim that. Because we all have everything within our disposal. The second, though, you are unable to keep healing on this process because of the people around you, can put you into spiritual hell stuckness. But because we have a portal to move through that, once we get to start to work on this, once we get to start to really dig deep and rewire and re-imprint and shift and change your physical DNA, unlock your crystalline chromosomes, and set out on your way. And you will create a way for you every day out of these things. Out of these things. There are things that, this is the stuff what you should go to school for. And so this is ultimately my school. Okay, I don't have a name for it. I don't have, like, this is something I've been working on for quite some time. And so with the foundation and the energetics, the foundation is like your not your A's, but your consonants. So the B, C, D, right? And then the energetics are your vowels. Well, if you don't have your foundation down, right? What do you learn first in school? Consonants. But a word can't be a word without the two together, right? And they mean something. Anyways, and so what is so fun about this is you start the whole healing process and you don't even know you're really on that deep of a journey because it looks so simple and it's really not that challenging. And the only challenging part about it is that it's not big and extravagant and it's not normal at all. But it cannot be skipped. And this is where the simplicity is going to start to come in and take over some of our lives and move us to the freaking beyond. Like there's no cap on where you can go energetically once you start to do this stuff, once you start to see this way, once you start to know, oh my God, holy crap, I can't believe I would be this powerful. I can't believe me following a self-love checklist every single day could significantly shift and change my body from a physical form. Not only that, it created so much more time and space for me that I didn't know I had this much time and space. I didn't know I had this much energy accessible to me. Oh my God. I woke up from the people pleasing. I woke up from the doing for others. I woke up from the do it all attitude. Whoa. I woke up to that I've been playing the victim. Oh my God. This is so crazy. It's just right here. I don't have to go out there for any of this. You're kidding. That is taking your power back. So with that being said, enjoy as I am going to go to the next part of the way for my day. It's been an amazing 2 weeks pouring into the Ascension Daily, the daily show to expand your consciousness every day using the physical body, using the hit switch sesh strategy, which combines all of those things into one behavior, 20 minutes a day. All right, bye.